Well, the YouTube Tableside here, and today we are going over a couple of albums that I recently picked up. Next year I will be doing a custom video for a man that sells CDs at the Grafton Flea Market. Give a little introduction to Mr. Harry. Great guy, genuine guy, sells CDs. And like I said, I'm going to do a review and a video next year at his flea market. Well, not his, but at the flea market that he goes, and he's been there for like 30 plus years. But anyways, I went down this weekend on Sunday, and I had to pick up, and I was looking through some stuff, and I just had to pick up these CDs. One is actually out of print. You cannot get this CD no more. But, well, if anybody wants any CDs that is locally, you can text me on, or comment, or private message me, and I can get you some CDs, from the guy. You can ship them, whatever, but if anybody's in the Grafton area, you should check him out. But what do you do and what is done when three legendary musicians, all in their right and all in their own, from guitaring to lyrics to melody, just fascinating with everything they've done with their own bands? What do you get when you take these three legendary musicians and then, well overdue, put them together? I mean, I would have never thought these three musicians would get together, but they did. And both albums, I don't even think they came out with a third album, but it's a shame that they have not, and it is a shame that they have not reunited either. I mean, I think they have, but I think they would have reunited more. But once again, their busy lives, I don't know. I would love to see another album from these guys before, time grows old. But back in the 90s, boy, 91 and 92 were extravagant years. And when this band came to the scene, I mean, you want to talk about collaborating like heavy metal 80s, putting together ballad songs, and just literally rocking the radio stations and having music to just kick on, driving and enjoying the scene of your trip. This is the band, this is the music that literally, and I mean, it's got some fond memories in my life back in them years. And it did help me get through a lot, like every other band that was around at that time. But what do you get is the question. Well, let me tell you what you get. You get this extraordinary awesomeness, legendary, and I wish it would have continued on in time. But you get them damn Yankees. Yeah, that's right. Put these four men together. Sadly, the drummer had passed away. I forgot what year, but I mean, he was a pretty damn good drummer. Bringing in the double bass in two or three songs of these albums. And, at the time when these guys came out, this was something refreshing. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some bands through the early 90s that came out that are far beyond driven, legendary in their own time and, music. But these guys up Rising, that's right, one of the songs, drove the hammer to the head of the nail with one swing to put that nail in the wood, They nailed it to the coffin, baby. And Jack Blades, legendary of his own with Night Ranger. Tommy Shaw, legendary with his band Styx. And the mighty Uncle Ted Nugent, legendary with his own self-titled album, and beginning in the dawn of time of starting off and Journey in the Center of Your Mind. These three guys, man, they're just, you can't explain enough on what they've done to rock and music. And I mean, putting these three brains together, boy, jeez, the music here, man, is just complete awesomeness and brings back the memories of that time and era, for all the good stuff that has happened, especially in my life. And, but then again, there were some songs on there when I was deep, dark in depression back then that I could relate with. So, I mean, sharing these albums is just a treasure of its own. 90 and 92. And the only thing I regret from this time and era and these albums is that I didn't get to see these boys live because of my stupid drunkenness at that time. Like I said, I was in a deep, dark depression. I mean, I just wish I could have got out of it and did more shows back then. But I can't cry over spilt milk. All I can do is, and which I've had in the truck since Sunday, is cranking the shit out of this and enjoying every minute of it. To go over the songs, I mean, Damn Yankees. The song is just coming of age, bad reputation, high enough, runaway. I can't stand how these, the songs are in the, discolored matched. It's tough to read that. I mean, these songs, man, you could just sit there all day. And, I could just listen to this album all day. You got songs like, Coming of Age, High Enough, which hit the radio airwaves. To this day, solely you could... Well, I haven't heard it much lately, but I'm going to put in a complaint to the radio station of why they don't play that no more. Come Again, Mystified, Rock City, Tell Me, How You Want It, and Pile Driver. Now that song right there, let alone talk about catching up with the times, playing fast, playing hard, playing heavy. I mean, bands like Pantera just came out. You had Slayer still, dominating the world, Anthrax, Metallica, Megadeth. And these boys put up a song of their own to just slam them eardrums. And I mean, they did a damn well job of putting these songs together lyrically, melody-wise, and, and to put these, Tommy Shaw and Jack Blades into singing, together in harmony, let alone singing their own songs throughout these albums, especially Ted. It's like, damn. They just didn't thought of everything now. I don't know who called one upon each other to put these albums together. But, I kind of think Uncle Ted said, yo, we all got to get together. But, I don't know. Who knows, man? it's just, and then you got Mr. Please on this album, related to me so damn much, back in the day. I mean, whoever was the one to put this band together, I mean, it just sucks that they just did not continue with it. I mean, all I can, say is you gotta friggin' put this CD in and you just gotta listen to it yourself. I mean, to me, the time, the era, the energy, electrifying that goes into this album, both albums, and, putting together ballads of, just, oh man, one can only say not too many words just to put this together because it's just legendary. I mean, just to think that these guys got together and, just like the song High Enough, and you got Ted walking out of a shack house, getting shot up by the police, putting in his little escapade of what he had back in the late 70s as a man approached the stage and told him to stop playing. And he took his guitar and just wailed it right in front of the guy's face as he's holding a gun, threatening to shoot him. I mean, this is the people that, man, just put you, in a time and a place and in, like traveling in space off in a rocket. These songs are mystifying as right as the song says. Mystify. You can't get any friggin', more rocking than these two albums. I mean, let alone when you just get done and you listen to a ballad, it just oozes away the pain that you just, endured when you just started headbanging with it. You can headbang to these two albums. It's how damn good it is. So, I mean, I'm putting so many words as right to use as I can to each album, and I'll tell you, it's, you just gotta listen. If you were from this time and era and you did not hear this album, or either album, there's something wrong with you. Definite. If you are from this time and era and you gotta go back, memories are gonna flow. I mean, and if you're in a new generation, you are gonna get a balance of just rock and roll ballads and say so a little bit of heavy metal in there too. Or as I like to call it, heavy rock and roll. So, I mean, you just cannot, deny these two albums of being legendary. One word explains it all, legendary. Because you got legendary artists, legendary lyric writers, melody, songwriters, music writers, I mean. And from 3 different bands. And not only that, where you get a mixture of them 3 bands in these 2 albums. You got Tommy Shaw singing, sounding a little bit like Styx. You get Ted singing, sounding like the Nuge. And of course, you got Jack Blade sounding like a little bit like bringing in a little Night Ranger. So not only do you get 3 magnificent musicians, but they also catch a new wave of music and bring a little bit of their sides of music in with it to mix in and give you 2 brilliant albums. So it's just, oh man. And I put, like I said, I will back up my words that these 2 albums are great. And if you do not think they're great, then you do not know music. I'm sorry, but not sorry. There's one song on here I would like to mention too. It's called Someone to Believe, track 8. And this song here stands the test of time. And if you want something that is brought to the future from the past, this is the song. This song relates to everything that is going on with today. And, you know, whether it be the president, the government, you know, your state representatives, whatever the case may be, Someone to Believe is the title. And if you can't get any more in sync with this past song with now, you know, this shows the pure brilliance of these three men. And when they write a story, they tell a tale, whether it be a good feeling, down to earth, ass kicking you song to, hey, we need someone to believe, you know. These three men stand the test of time as legendary musicians. It's sad to see that Mr. Ted Nugent is not yet in the Rock Hall of Fame, I believe. I don't think he is. But I hope it don't take as long as friggin' Judas Priest to get in. And I don't even think they're really officially in. Their music excellence, yes, they have music excellence, but I mean, I don't know way they pronounce. I mean, they're in there, but I don't think they're on the pedestal of being in there, which is very sad. And yeah, it is very disturbing to see who runs this platform too, you know. And if anything, I'd love to see these guys be in there, but of course they don't have many albums. They only have 2. I haven't looked up yet to see if they had a third. I forgot if they even had a third album. I don't think they did either, but I mean, like I said, man, with all their music talents, they bring in, you know, the rhythm, the melody of each band they've been in. They, you know, sing it. All three of them singing the albums, putting, you know, Tommy Shaw and Jack Blades together in sync, in harmony. Couldn't ask for a perfect duo. And of course, Ted, man, with his nutty, crazy ass vocals, man, you know when he's singing. But like I say, you can't say it enough. You can't get any better than this. In these 2 albums are remarkably just unique. You know, they bring in each pair of their own. And it's like listening to all 3 bands, Night Ranger, Styx, Ted Nugent, self-titled, all into one. And I mean, that's what this music, man, it brings a feel of the 80s into the 90s. You know, you could go on all day trying to put a but to put a I try to figure out a friggin' word to put it in. I mean, you can just listen to these albums and you're gonna get pure satisfaction. So put it that way, satisfaction. Nothing more better than these 2 albums and the time and the moment and the feel. I mean, you gotta just try and see what you can get out of it. All I know, man, is I've been blaring this for the past couple days and I can't get enough. It's just like it brings back the memories and everything else that came along with it when it first came out dropped. So, with that being said, I recommend all of you get out there before they're out of print. Well, this one's already out of print, but I'm sure you get it on Amazon, eBay. You might pay a little more, but I got this for $8. Both of them for $8. That's right. Check them out. Them damn Yankees people. And I'm sure you'll have a test of time with these legendary artists that put together two perfect, unique